There is one thing in your life that you can count on. One. And that thing is change. It is the one thing you can be certain of. If you're depressed today, I can guarantee you you won't be in an hour or a day or 2 days from now. And if you're happy today, I can pretty much guarantee you that before the week is out, you'll be unhappy, or you might even be depressed. Because life is a wheel, and that's the way it works. It turns. And as long as you can remember that, you can get through anything. And as long as you remember that, you will not be seduced by either the extreme highs or the extreme lows, because you'll know that they are both in transition. And they will both change. And you can adapt to that change as long as you know it's coming. So I like to say that we have inside our bodies a GPS. Anybody have a GPS in their family's car? Yeah, lots of global positioning system. You tell it where, you type in where you want to go and it gets you there. You have one in your body. You were born with it. It's called your heart. It will never steer you wrong. Never. Now your brain will play a lot of games. Your brain will tell you lots of stuff, But if you check in with your heart, how you feel will never lie to you. So for example, if you're out partying and you're drinking and you're doing drugs or you're doing something crazy or you're shoplifting or you're doing stuff, crazy stuff with people, your brain will tell you you're having a great time, this is terrific, this is cool. If you really check in with your heart, you don't feel so good. Because somewhere it's not in your interest to be doing this stuff. And it's the same thing with everything else in your life. If you check in with your heart, with your GPS, I call it a God positioning system, but that's a word I use. You can call it anything you want. If you check in with your heart, you'll always know if you're on the right track. So if you're standing with friends and they're making fun of another kid in the lunchroom, and you feel really badly, but your mind is saying, well, I better keep quiet because it wouldn't be cool if I jumped in on her side because everybody else is not on her side. Well, your brain is telling you one thing, but your heart is telling you something else. And the more authentically you live, the more you are true to your heart, and the more courage you have around that, the more likelihood you're going to be happy. Follow your heart. Believe that you're wired with everything you need to make the decisions necessary in your life. Value other people's opinions, but don't own them unless they happen to line up with your own. Don't judge others or yourself, because that just gets you stuck. Make decisions that if they don't feel good, make a new decision. Never stop believing in yourself. Never stop believing you are unique. Never stop believing you have come in for a purpose that you may not know for many years, but as long as you keep walking toward it, it will show up one day in your life. And be who you were meant to be. Be the beautiful, unique contribution you were meant to be. If your parents think you should be a doctor or a lawyer or a dent or whatever it is, a financial planner, and you want to sew costumes on Broadway, or you want to own a bookstore or a flower shop, this is what you really have to do. Because if you don't, you live an inauthentic life and you're setting yourself up for all kinds of pain. And it's so pointless to want something that someone else has, because somewhere someone's wanting what you have, because everyone has gifts. The gifts don't count, by the way. They're easy. They're all the stuff you can do with your eyes closed. What counts is the hard stuff, the stuff you actually have to push yourself to do. That's the stuff that counts, because that's where the real benefit is. That's the struggle coming up through the muck. That's where you get the greatest thrill, because when the sunshine hits that, boy, you can remember being in the dark. And it feels really good. It feels really good.